Welcome back to Project Management Demystified. Right, so episode 8 of reducing our carbon footprint in our organization. If there's a project plan, who creates the project plan? And then there's this myth that someone called a planner sits down somewhere to create the plan. That's not true, because the planner cannot know what or how long it will take for activities to happen. Maybe in some industries, in some sectors, some things are standard, and the planner might be able to do those. But in a dynamic world where you could be working on one project one moment and then something entirely different in the next moment, the project plan is collaboratively created by different stakeholders. So let's assume that we have 12, 18 different teams that will feed into the project. So we have 18 departments, and we want a representative from each department because this is a massive project across the organization. So let's say for finance, HR, we have legal controls, we have fraud, we have so many of these departments. And so from an HR point of view, how will reducing carbon footprint, how will that impact them? Or what's their business with reducing carbon footprint? It might be that we want to include that in our organizational strategy so that when the HR or people team are designing the framework of the organization or values or how people in the organization will do things, they will be kind of embedding the outcome of the project in their HR frameworks, so that the kind of people they are attracting will be people that are aligned with what we're trying to achieve in the organization. So the reason I'm giving the example is just to give an idea of what the project management professional will be listening to, will be facilitating on a day-to-day. So want to know the concerns, the interests that the different teams have and how they will contribute or share their concerns. So one thing I'll need to call out is do not expect that everything will just be going well and everyone will come on board and just support it because the organization says that should happen. No, there will be tension across the different stakeholder groups, and you have to be managing these tensions. You'll have to be managing them, and these are really challenging, complicated issues or concerns that you need to manage across stakeholders. So let's say 3 of the representatives are not forthcoming. They're not showing up. They're not coming to meetings. They're not just responding. What do you do? What do you do? You have to reach out to them individually or reach out to their department. Just understand what's going on, because there's a reason that they're in the organization. They're being paid to do something. And if you have to pull them away from what they're being paid to do day to day, you need to give a clear rationale if you haven't already done that. And it could be that there are more important things that are of higher priority that they're dealing with, which is causing them not to respond or engage with the project to reduce carbon footprint. That's why it's really good for senior stakeholders to drive these things top down, so that people give it the right level of visibility that it requires. What else? Yeah, there just a number of ways that projects could go, and I can't unfortunately cover everything because we're human beings. Human beings are confounders. Confounders mean like you can hardly predict what we can do. You can hardly predict what human beings can do. Economists can think that we can predict human beings, we know human behavior, but in the real sense of it, it's difficult to predict human behavior. So project management professionals should have this in mind, that anything could happen on your project and you'd have to manage it. So what's important is the mindset, and just being open-minded and understanding that people will not just wake up in their houses, come to work to be difficult. There are things that they're defending. There are things that mean so much to them. There are things that they're working towards, and you need to work with them collaboratively to bring them on board. Let me stop there again for today, and then I'll see you on the other side. Cheers. Bye-bye.